Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how to, we've got our tests pretty much done, but we need to upload a paper version of the test so that it's available for people to use if they want to take it on paper pencil. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on this little icon here that says Word, and you're just going to tell it you want it to open the file. It's going to be sort of a web file, so it's going to be kind of wacky looking. So that's why you want to go immediately to View and then to Print Layout, so you can see how it would look printed out. All right, and then I always just go ahead, the first thing I always do is go ahead and highlight everything and change to a font that just makes more sense for kids, because usually most of the time the font is not very reader friendly. But this is all of course up to you. I'm just showing you what I do. I usually make it a little bit bigger too, because a lot of times they can't see it. Okay, so then you're going to look at it and you're going to try to format it, however you think it should look for your kids. Most of the time we usually like to, separate our questions out onto 2 pages. For this particular question, what you can do with this is if you want, you could make this a little bit smaller. That can make it kind of shrink up a little bit. I kind of like right now how the whole passage is on one part and then there's the picture and the question on the next part. We do need to be teaching kids how to look on the next page or scroll down. So it's not a bad thing for it necessarily to be on 2 different pages, because they do need to learn how to do that. Okay, so this is how it would look when it gets printed out. And if you're happy with that, I just noticed there that question number 2 was up there, so you want to push that down so they know that this is in fact question number 2. So if you're happy with the way it looks, what you're going to do then is you're just going to go up here and click on this and then click on Save As. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Sorry. You're going to click on Save As, and we're going to say Save As a PDF or XPS. So we want a PDF, and you do want to name it so you'll know where to find it again. Okay, and so, just put it somewhere where you're going to be able to find it right away, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be uploading it into Horizon. So I went ahead and I just said I'll throw it on my desktop for now, and I click on Publish. And then, of course, it shows you a nice, published version of it so you can look at it and see how it looks. The reason we're going to use PDF is because in a PDF it's not going to get, it's not going to get distorted. It's going to maintain its format and everything. And that's what you want. When you're going to print stuff out, you don't want it to go flip-flopping all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that out, and I'm going to close this, and I'm not going to save it because I don't need it in Word form. So I'm just going to say no. And then down here, I'm going to go back up here to the test settings, because that's where I can upload the paper version. Now, sometimes this happens, you have to keep clicking on it. I don't know why. It's just silly like that sometimes. Sometimes it helps if you, I don't know, click on something else and then come back to it. It's really annoying. Yeah, I have no idea what. Okay, so now we're in this section setting, so maybe hopefully we can get back to the test settings. So annoying. Okay, so now we're back in the test settings. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our test settings again, but we also need to go ahead and browse for that file and upload it. So I'm going to browse my desktop, and there it is, the PDF, and upload it. So now we have an uploaded paper version of that test that's printable. Okay, so now we're going to take another look at our test settings and just make sure that everything is perfect before we save it as public. Okay, so the name is right, both formatted for both online and paper pencil. Open date, close dates all the way out in 2016, so we're not going to have any worries with that. One question at a time, maximum attempts. I don't want a time limit. I do want them to be able to backtrack. I would like to show feedback if I had actually added feedback, which I didn't. The feedback you add within the questions. Um, no calculator, display all. I want to display all my results. I want to show all the results when the test is still open, and I want to show the item analysis. And I have uploaded my paper version, so I think I'm ready to go. And this is the part where after this, you cannot edit this test anymore. So you can edit the private version all you want, but once you make it public so that your team and everybody else can use the test, you are no longer able to edit it. Um, with the exception of any questions that you may have created on your own, you do still have control over those questions in the question bank. You can edit those. Um, but it's not recommended that you edit questions after a test has already been taken because it messes up the results. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on save again to make sure all my settings got saved and my little paper version got saved. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change it to school public. And it says, are you sure you want to change the scope of this test? You do not have sufficient privileges to continue editing this test should you save this change. And then you're going to click OK to continue or cancel to undo the change. I'm not going to do that because I don't actually want this test to be showing up on our public list because, you know, it's just like a test. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it private. But for you, if you want to share that with your team, you're gonna go in here and you're going to change it to school public. Okay? Okay, so that's how you create a test on Horizon. So enjoy.